Hey, Happy New Year. Jorge Gonzalez with Coldwell Banker Denver Central. Want to give you an update on Denver's Highlands neighborhood, more specifically the zip codes of 80211 and 80212. Just looking at what happened in 2023 and also how it compares to what happened in 2022, 2021, and also 2019, just for a pre-COVID reference. But anyway, in the news, as far as the Highlands goes, a couple of days ago, I was reading a Denver Business Journal article talking about a Denver developer who just bought a property in West Highlands, close by to 38th and Wolf Street, that is a historically designated property. So this developer can't tear it down to build townhomes or anything like that. But what this developer wants to do is actually build a community pool, which sounds kind of interesting. Although it does require rezoning that requires approval from Denver City Council. So we'll see if it actually happens or not. But the thought process was like, it's this property that he bought is sitting on a pretty nice sized lot for the neighborhood. What do you call it? He would want to build like a pool, both indoor and outdoor pool, kind of have a year-round, some hot tubs, kind of use this historic property as a kind of clubhouse more than anything. So there would be some updates and renovations and stuff like that. If he gets not only rezoning, but it would also require Denver's Landmark Commission, since this is a historic property. And that kind of process can take a year plus very easily. So we'll see what happens. But if it does, that could be a kind of cool scenario for the neighborhood. Anyway, let's move on to see what's happening in the neighborhood. Starting off with average price. The year ended average price 914,108. Now, 2022 ended 925,070. So the average price dropped 1.2%. Now in 2021, the average price was 767,645, which was a 20.5% jump between 2021 and 2022. So obviously, if you own a property in the neighborhood and you've owned it for multiple years, you're doing just fine, even though we've obviously seen a slowdown. But there's a few more statistics that might explain some of this. First of all, let's talk about transaction volume. So number of sold transactions that happened in the last year, 962 for 2023. Now 2022 had 1307, 2021 had 1815, and 2019 had 1506. So significantly fewer transactions. You compare 2021 to 2023, that's almost a 50% cut a number of transactions, but the COVID effect on real estate was very real. Like 2021 and 2022, because of COVID preferences that it affected the marketplace, we saw that overheat where there was absolutely no inventory that I'll get into here very shortly. Active listings at the end of the year, 2023 had 145. There were 86 in 2022. There were 30 in 2021, and there were 200 in 2019. So there were fewer active listings in 2023 than in 2019, there were some similarities in the marketplace, with the big difference being interest rates. 2019, you could still get 4% interest rates. 2023, you were looking at more like 7, maybe even 8. In some instances, even though we did see a drop in interest rates between the beginning of the year and the end of the year. So that's a good sign. A lot of people think 2024 we'll see some interest rate reductions happen throughout the year as well. So we'll see if that story holds true with time. Months of inventory. So 2023, 1.8 based on year sales and number of active listings at the end of the year. 2022 was 0.8, 2021 was 0.2, and 2019 was 1.6. So, you could see there was a 20% jump in average price between 2021 and 2022 end of years. 2021 ended with 0.2 months of inventory. 2022 ended with 0.8. That's hardly anything, compared to 1.8 at the end of 2023 isn't a lot. But to go from 0.8 to 1.8, that's more than double, obviously. Obviously, if you compare 2021 to 2023, 0.2 to 1.8, that's a factor of 9 times, which is, crazy, 900%. So you could see with microscopic inventory like then, why those prices just went crazy for this highly popular neighborhood that a lot of people love. But anyway, if you have any questions about this neighborhood or any other neighborhoods, feel free to reach out to me, text, email, social media, doesn't matter. Take care. Happy New Year.